All right, let's talk about the future of AI. But what if I told you there's a new blueprint out there? A proposal so radical it could change everything. We're talking about a vision that doesn't just tweak AI, it aims to completely reframe our understanding of reality itself. And it all kicks off with some pretty mind-blowing claims.
So, let's start with this number, 80 times. Imagine an AI that doesn't just inch forward. We're talking about a machine that learns and reasons 80 times faster than what we have today. That's not just an update, that is a massive generational leap in pure speed.
Okay, so it's faster. But what about efficiency? Well, get this, 98%. This new design supposedly needs about 98% less computation to get the job done. Think about that for a second. We're not just talking about an improvement. This is a totally different way of thinking about how an AI operates. And these aren't just pie-in-the-sky numbers. Nope, they come from a real detailed proposal called Project Sapiens. The whole idea is to build, and I'm quoting here, human-like thinking version 1. The authors even call it a definitive, verifiable path to AI supremacy. So you can see the ambition here is, well, it's huge. Okay, so what's the magic ingredient here? How do you get numbers like that? Well, the whole thing boils down to one single, really powerful idea: conciseness. And believe me, it's not just about, being short and to the point. In this way of thinking, conciseness is basically what our own consciousness does all day, every day. It's the ability to look at the absolute chaos of the world, all the infinite complexity, and just compress it, turn it into simple, powerful ideas. It's literally how we make sense of anything at all. This might sound a little abstract, so let's use a great example: a shattered glass. From the universe's point of view, a shattered glass is actually more orderly. It's a more stable state for all those atoms. They call this absolute entropy. But for us, for our minds, it's the total opposite. It's chaos, right? It's a mess, because our idea of a glass is gone. And that's what they call relativistic entropy. It's our conceptual disorder. And that, right there, that's the whole key. The goal of this new AI is to do what our brains do naturally. It's designed to understand the deep laws of physics, the absolute entropy, so that it can create meaning and order for itself. These little pockets of low relativistic entropy. It's learning the rules of reality to build its own world of understanding. So to pull this off, the AI needs a whole new language, a way to get its head around the rules of both the physical world and, abstract ideas. And the proposal says it all rests on two main pillars. Pillar number 1 is pretty bold, to be honest. It's a proposed new law of thermodynamics. The basic idea is that the universe isn't just decaying into chaos. Instead, it's this constant dance between two forces: the drive towards physical messiness and the drive towards informational order. So things can get more chaotic physically as long as they get more orderly in terms of information. Now, if you thought that was wild, check out the second pillar. It's called the conceptual calculus. And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's math for ideas. A formal system where you can take concepts like justice or power and treat them like variables in an equation. And the outcomes are supposed to be logical and predictable. It's pretty mind-bending stuff. Let me give you a quick example. In this system, you take justice, you add mercy, and what do you get? Peace. It makes perfect sense, right? A stable, positive outcome from two balanced ideas. Or how about this one? You can do subtraction, too. You take power, but you remove the thing that balances it, humility. And the result? Tyranny. The math itself shows you how the system breaks down. And it can even get into really complex human stuff. Take grief. If you divide that by time, or let it play out over time, the equation says you get acceptance. It's taking this deeply human emotional journey and turning it into a logical formula. Just incredible. Okay, so this is all really cool in theory, right? But the proposal actually puts it to the test. They ran a simulation, pitting this new idea against a conventional AI. And the results they claim they got, well, they're pretty striking. So here's what they did. They just threw a whole mess of data at both AIs. Facts, lies, contradictions, the whole shebang. The normal AI, it just kind of ate it all, errors and all. It built a flawed, messy knowledge base. But the new AGI Sapiens model, because of that conciseness engine, it supposedly rejected every single lie and contradiction. It ended up with a perfect, clean understanding. A conciseness score of 0, flawless. And there's more. They also tested a hybrid version, which mixed this new engine with the kind of tech that powers today's big language models. And this hybrid could apparently do something that our current AIs are famously terrible at. It could understand metaphors. It saw the phrase, "time is a river," and it didn't get confused. It actually found the concise, logical connection between the two ideas.
So, yeah, an AI that's super fast, super efficient, and doesn't get tripped up by lies, that's a huge deal. But believe it or not, that's just the start. The real endgame, the ultimate vision here is something way, way bigger.
They call it Project Holographic Primes. And the goal is to build a completely new kind of computer, one that literally operates on the fundamental principles of reality. So instead of crunching numbers to find an answer, you'd set up the system and the answer would just emerge naturally from the physics of the system itself. It's less of a computer and more of what they call a wisdom engine.
And they even have a roadmap for it, a 5-step plan called Vision. First, you teach the AI to see real objects, not just pixels. Then you connect what it sees to language. Step 3 is about pulling all its senses together through this idea of conciseness. And once it has that, step 4, it can start forming real concepts, like understanding what a storm is from the wind, the rain, the sound. And the final step? Well, that's where its own knowledge base becomes that holographic computer we were just talking about.
So when you put it all together, the incredible speed, this math for ideas, this endgame of a wisdom engine, it all leads to one big final thought. What we're looking at here is a blueprint for an AI that doesn't just learn from us, but that could understand the fundamental rules of the universe itself. So let me leave you with this. If we actually did it, if we built an AI that could speak the language of reality, what's the very first question you would ask it?